Kimberly was an excellent student, and it didn't take much training. Really just kind of showed her a few things, and then she would just go off and do.
I never worked in research before. I'd never worked in a lab, so there's a pretty steep learning curve. I started in my freshman year working in this lab, and then I started my junior year doing my honors thesis project.
We kind of would dealt with her just like she was a graduate student. She had been out here to learn how to collect blood and do different things like that. She would come out and pick that up and take it back to the lab to do the more extensive work with it and for her project.
I'd say the most important advice is to start early. She had several years of experience before she started her solo project, and so that experience in the lab really paid off.
I would say just to undergraduate researchers in general, don't be afraid to get out there. Don't be afraid to get your hands dirty, get lab experience. You'll make mistakes along the way, but you'll be a better person for it. My name is Kimberly Lutz, and my project was determining the role of DNTTIP1, piecing together the muscle hypertrophy pathway. So by 2050, we're going to have a population of 9 billion people, and we need a way to support these people and feed these people. Callipede sheep have the muscle hypertrophy in their hindquarters. And so with muscle hypertrophy, you're looking at having an increased feed efficiency. So what feed efficiency is the ratio of feed consumed to weight gain. And so increased feed efficiency is going to lead to increased meat production. If we can figure out that muscle hypertrophy pathway, there could be a possibility in the future to manipulate that. And so if we know all of the pieces to it, we can perhaps make more Callipede sheep in the future. You're looking at a potential way to feed all of these people. So Callipede sheep, what they experience is muscle hypertrophy in their hindquarters. And so we want to figure out the mechanism behind that and why that happens. And so this project was a small piece of that. We were seeing if, when we dealt with DNTTIP1, does that show the same endogenous gene expression that it would in vivo in an actual Callipede sheep. First, we wanted to confirm the nuclear localization of DNTTIP1. So we did immunohistological staining to confirm that it was actually a nuclear protein. And so when we got the results from that and we found out that it was a nuclear protein, we were able to proceed with our luciferase assays to determine the myosin promoter expression. So what we did was we measured the myosin promoter gene expression in these cell cultures, so basically mimicking what would be taking place in vivo. So in Callipede sheep, we see an increase in type 2, so those fast glycolytic fibers, and a decrease in the slow twitch oxidative fibers. And so when we did our luciferase assays, our results were consistent with that. So in our cell cultures, we were seeing an increase in the fast twitch glycolytic fibers and a decrease in the slow twitch oxidative fibers. So further work is going to be directed at looking at other parts of that pathway. So we've got one link established, and now we want to go on from there and discover the other parts of the pathway as well. We know that DNTTIP1 is involved in the biochemical pathway for muscle hypertrophy, but we want to know all the steps of from point A to point B, how you get there. So if you know all the steps in that biochemical pathway, there's a potential to genetically modify sheep to be Callipede sheep. I would say that we're probably not too far off. We're slowly getting there. It's a slow process, but I think it's in the near future.